Today I'm going to give you guys a couple tips to make your bases go from basic 2x2s to something more complex like a compound and a multi-TC base. It'll start off simple, so if you're a little experienced you might want to skip, but if you are new to the game or just are trying to get into building, then I would recommend watching through. And the end is more for experienced builders and the beginning is for your more basic. Another thing I'm going to teach you is maybe a little better of a 2x2, because I see a lot of people how they do their 2x2s on their for their first base. Just more or less something like an airlock here, and then just a normal roof, and then they're gonna place TC. They think about it as like the opposite side as the doors. So first you want to place your doors like this. This is the first tip, so that you have an airlock. And if you can shoot at people and they can't shoot back at you, well, they can't get your loot if you die, or they can't get into your base. But most people put their TC over here because they think that it's the farthest spot from the door, it's hardest to get to. When in reality, the actual smartest choice is to put two half walls. And then in this corner, place your TC just like this. And then triangle on top. So then now you have a lot more box space and it's way harder to get to it. And then now, that's what I've been using it. It's just like this, and it works really well for just a starter. And then you can always fill this up just like this. And then you can use the last tip and make it into an actual compound and make it the greatest base you've ever seen. The second thing I'm going to show you is some pretty basic stuff, but it's build off so that you can have an external TC base. How to do it is, so this will be what you destroy, but you're going to build 8 out, and then on the 8th one turn around and destroy the ones behind you. It's fine. And then do half moons, and what you'll end up getting is stuff in like this, and it's technically not connected to the actual base, so it won't be held up by your TC, which means that you can go and place another TC out here. That's the whole point of this. And it works really well on like bigger clan bases, so that people can't wall into your compound if you have external TCs. And then this can be done all around the base, and then you can put peak downs. These are what you usually do for peak downs. And the thing about these is that if you have them like this, they're really easy to make little peak gaps so you can see just barely through them, but they work well because anything can fit through them very easily. So if I have an AK, you can still shoot through and you can kill people if they're trying to raid you. Alright, so a peek down I want to show you is something that not a lot of people have been using, but I think it's one of the really amazing things. This one is impossible to get through, even with pushes. And you can peek through here, and if you put this on your roof, and let's say for example, when you close this you can get through, and you have a whole shooting floor right here that goes all the way around. You know, whatever you decide to do with it. But I think it works really well. Showing you is this thing called roof stacking that hasn't been done that much lately. So if you line up with your compass and you put a twig at around 320, and then you have to freehand place this at this tick right here, and if you get it right and close and tight enough, around like that, oh not like that, but if it's a little hard to place, but you have to get it just right, and if you do it, then it turns out that you have almost no gap, and you can stack your roofs like this, so it takes double as much to get through to your good loot. Alright, the base I want to show you guys next is probably the cheapest base ever, since it requires 0 doors to get into. Alright, you're gonna have to build a foundation as high as possible and make sure you can get it to the ground. If you can't, then I'd recommend starting from the lowest point then going up and trying to get to 3. This is what you need to be able to get to. I'll let you see that. Okay. Next, delete this one. And then place your lowers like this. So you have this one here and then 2 here. Delete this. Next, place everything you'll need for a base. So place your TC here. Actually, before you do that, first you're going to want to place twig roofs like this. And then you can place a lot of stuff in twig, because for some reason it is very, it's easier to place stuff in it for some reason. Alright, next place your boxes. So I actually place boxes first usually, but that's just me. Because you want to push them as far back as possible, and then you can fit 2 in there. And then this one you want to do the same exact thing as the first. And you want to do 3 across, and then 1 more here. If you can. If you can't, it's fine. It doesn't really matter, but you know, want to fit as much boxes as you can. Alright, doesn't look like I am being able to, but it's fine. You get the point. And then over here, you're going to want to place your TC. And that's pissed me off. Okay. Alright, well, you guys get the point. And then you would place a wall here. I would upgrade everything to armor. So now you have pretty much an entire base in here. Alright, and then if you come by and you place a roof just like this, doesn't matter what the level is. So let's say you came back from a run, you have all your loot on you, you place a twig here, it will open this up. Now make sure this doesn't get destroyed, that's the only thing. Because if it does, then you're kind of stuck in here. But you have all your boxes, you have your TC, you get out, you destroy this, the wall goes back, and you're back into the game. So this costs the normal amount to raid anything high qual. That's just the raid cost. So yeah, that's the video. So a couple tips just to maybe enhance your game that tiny little bit. And thanks for watching. Peace.